What is up, people? The internet, it is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video. And today, we are discussing, before the primary tomorrow, the most critical election of 2023, the Wisconsin Supreme Court election. This is by far the most important race, not of just this year, but possibly in recent memory. You talk about high stakes elections, this probably tops it. Why? In a swing state like Wisconsin, the Supreme Court election will determine the balance of power of the Supreme Court. Currently, it is 4-3 conservative. If Democrats win this seat, it will flip the Supreme Court, and let's just say things will not end good. They're going to pass this garbage redistricting map that looks like a total joke. It's disgusting to look at, and many things are going to be bad. We may turn into Michigan 2.0 because we lose the Supreme Court. But again, April 4th is when the general election is. This is the primary. So I wanted to discuss final thoughts before we have the primary tomorrow. And of course, I will be streaming tomorrow. I believe it's 6:45 p.m. or 7:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Whatever, the stream will be up a little bit. It'll tell you the official time later. Point is, this is it. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American Politics. That's it, folks. Only $3 a month to help support the daily content we all know and love. So you like the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it, by joining today just for $3 a day. Hope you join as soon as possible. Alright, let's get into today's video. The 2023 Wisconsin Supreme Court election. Again, this is for my state. So if you live in Wisconsin, get out and vote for preferably Daniel Kelly. That's who I will be voting for tomorrow. But if you don't like Kelly, vote for Jennifer Dorow. We have to support conservatives this election. And after the primary, I can give two shits who the conservative is. Support the conservative. While I have some problems with Dorow, she is infinitely better than either of the Democrat options. Plus, a Supreme Court led by liberals, Wisconsin. Like I said, look what happened in Michigan and Pennsylvania when they get Supreme Court majorities. It starts slow, but then eventually turns a state blue. So, let's not risk it in Wisconsin. Now, we got to discuss final thoughts, and I would say necessarily a prediction. I do think, though, if I had to guess, the most likely outcome of this election is Daniel Kelly versus Janet Protowinski. I still don't know how to pronounce her name properly. I'm sorry, I live in Wisconsin. I should know how to pronounce this, but most people still don't, but whatever. Point is, I do think that is the likely scenario. Yes, Dorow on paper has raised more money than Kelly. The problem for her is the outside spending has given Kelly probably a spending advantage over everyone. You think I'm joking? There's some organizations that they're spending upwards of $3-4 million on Kelly. Plus, you got some multi-billionaires spending even more money. So, with all that in mind, I do think that Kelly, when you look at it, is favored. I am on the ground. The momentum is on Kelly's side. If Dorow wins, I wouldn't be shocked either. It does come down to how good she does in Waukesha. If she wins like 85% of the vote, then yeah, you could probably expect her to be the Republican candidate. And like everybody probably knows, it's a top two candidates move on. So it's one ticket. That's why the Waukesha margins are so critical for this race. Because I think everybody can kind of agree the Democrat's going to be Protowinski, the one that nobody can pronounce her name correctly. I think everybody's kind of agreed with that. Everett Mitchell, though, the other Democrat, I do think he's going to do better than expected. I think he has an advantage over Prowitzki. He is a Madison judge. Now, Milwaukee has more votes than Madison, of course, but the difference is if he gets dictator margins in Madison, while Prowitzki splits his vote with Dorow, because Dorow is a Waukesha judge right next to Milwaukee, Mitchell could theoretically sneak in the back door. But we just got to see what happens. But I do think the likely option is Kelly versus however you say her last name. Now, again, I think this is the best case scenario for Republicans if that does happen. But again, I'm not saying it's for certain because we have really little data to this race. Outside of spending, maybe some early vote data, we've really got nothing. I'm just being blank with you guys. We really got nothing with you guys, with this race for you guys. Now, we do got past results. And this is the big thing many people say, why Kelly is uneluctable. You see, he lost in 2020 by 10 points. You see, this is automatically a red flag. And yes, if this was a normal Supreme Court election, you could have some concern. But guess what? The one part that people forget to mention is this happened the same day the presidential primary happened. And look at this. There were 925,000 Democrat votes in the primary, or the Supreme Court election. The Democrat got 850,000. So roughly around, 70,000 votes less than the Democrats? Well, Daniel Kelly, he got around 65,000, 70,000 more votes than the Republican primary got. So when you think about it, Kelly's actually an overperformer. Now, it is still worrisome he lost by 10 points. But again, you had a Democrat primary that still had Bernie Sanders in it. It was a competitive race, even though I think most people agreed Biden was going to be the nominee. It still had high turnout. And a good friend of mine, Robin Voss Stan on Twitter, again, go follow him. He showed that there were several court elections down ballot that they swung 20, 30 points Democrat compared to past results. The same seats. And when they had the same election in, I think, 2021, it swung 20, 30 points Republican. So that's not, saying we're going to win by 50 points. I'm just saying that, hey, there's some evidence to say that, yeah, what really hurt Kelly was the Democrat primary happening the same day. And if it was not during that, Kelly probably would have won. He got 50% in the primary election. So it's like, yeah, there's a serious shot. He could have won this race. But that's just me. I think Kelly is overall the best candidate. Now, another advantage I do think that the Republicans do got is the Democrats, they have gone way too partisan in this election. Like, you can attack people for being crappy on certain things, yes. But the Democrats, they're basically, going after Dorow and Kelly for being extremists. They're going to lock away children and all this other stuff. It's like, this is a Supreme Court election. You can't go full partisan and, expect to do phenomenal. And that's the one part I don't think enough people are talking about, that the Democrats are going way too much with the attacks. And in particular against Dorow, it's like, are people really thinking that Dorow's that much of a favorite in this race, that they're going scorched earth against her like that? It's like, this may backfire if Kelly wins, which I think he actually does. I've seen a lot of support for Kelly on the ground. So we just got to see what happens. But again, if you live in Wisconsin, get out and vote. This is for our state. You want to keep, Wisconsin Republican trending seat, you got to win this election. You got to hold the ground so Democrats do not take control of this great state. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.